Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do an all-day declutter, and right now I'm starting in the bedroom. So I've had some baskets on the side that had some things that people wanted donated to me, and I tried them on to see whether I liked them, and the leggings you'll see underneath I didn't like. They were itchy, and here I'm trying on a coat. I'm going to wear it for a little while I do some tasks here and see if I like it.
Style. Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to.
So it turned out it already bothered me how short the sleeves were when I was actually moving around, so I choose to let that one go as well. Here are some items that I bought before vacation, and I wound up getting a few too many items. And then some that I just didn't take the tags off yet and put them in my dresser. So 2 of them are going back and one's going in the dresser. And there I attempt to pull some thread off and was ultimately unsuccessful, so I just put it in the drawer with the thread on. As a lot of people do, I kind of threw clothes on top of surfaces. And so these are my nice dress pants that I had just thrown on top of the shelves. So now I'm trying to hang them up to get them out of the way and let me get to the stuff below. Underneath I have a couple of items that I really loved and couldn't fit for a while. You'll see those in a minute here. They're at the bottom of the stack. Those are shorts that don't fit anymore. They're already too big. And now I'm trying to get the off-season and off-size bins out of the top shelf. And they're a little jammed because of the extra bags I put in there. But in these bins, I went ahead and did what I would normally do later on in the fall. This is still summer. So some of these items I could have had out and wearing, but I didn't. For whatever reason, I was busy and didn't get to it. So here I'm trying this dress on because last year it didn't fit. This year I wanted to make sure that if it didn't fit 2 years in a row, it goes of the seasons that you would wear it. So it's a summer dress. It has pockets. I really like it. And so it fit much better this year, and I decided to keep it. There, I tried to walk off frame unsuccessfully, just in case my shirt came up. And here I found a tank top that I forgot I even owned. It was from, I think, Eddie Bauer Outlet, and the fabric is actually off angle, and so it pulls funny. It doesn't really fit well, so I decided to let that one go since I have like 4 tank tops now. And then here's another one I bought at the end of summer and forgot to put in my summer outfit. So I had stashed it in the winter bin over the winter and then just forgot I had it. So apparently I didn't do my spring exchange. These items I decided to hang on to. This is a tank top that I didn't pull out last year. And a shirt that I wound up replacing a bunch of shirts. Replacing that one with several other really nice shirts. I let that one go because it was pilly. These are pants that I altered because I wore out the bottom and I just need to decide whether I'm really going to wear them, so I put them back in the drawer. They are thinner, so I consider them summer pants. And the thing you saw me tuck in the drawer was a swimsuit cover. And this tank top, like I mentioned, I didn't have it out last summer, but I was hesitant to get rid of it. So this time I got to put it out there and see if I wear it before the season's over. And if I don't wear it, then it'll be donated later. This bin contains the winter wear, it looks like. So there I'm trying to separate out by off season and off size. So the winter bin, I don't really care if they get mixed because winter clothing is just thicker. And we don't have a lot of harsh days, but that's fleece lined tights there that I'm trying to cram in because I needed the space in the pants drawer. So we found the room for it and we get to keep it. Now I'm putting them back. And then the tough decision. This is a purse that I bought many years ago when I was traveling for work, big purse. And then I got the Coach purse fairly cheap, I think at the outlet. And that one I got for free as a bonus of buying makeup or whatever. But being a black bag, it's a little more handy than the other two, which I no longer really have brown as a base in my wardrobe. I don't even have much leather, really. So I'm going through the bag to make sure it's empty. And I went ahead and put the notepad and pen back in there, but I pulled out anything that I'd written on just in case I decide to donate it later. But ultimately, I couldn't. I didn't decide to donate it at this time. I'm not even sure my laptop would fit in it. And that's really why I bought it, to have a bag that my laptop would fit in, that I could travel and look professional and not have that junky laptop bag. So yeah, I haven't used it for quite a while. Still couldn't let it go though. So these are the shirts I mentioned before, that I had found something similar, or I actually found those same shirts that you could still buy, but I think the sizes were wrong, and I had considered going up in the size on each of them because there's just certain dimensions. Like on this one, the sleeves became too tight. The shirt itself was never too tight, but apparently I've been doing enough toning that my arms are thinner again and it fits. So they bunched quite a bit. It's been sitting around thrown in a bin, and so all the sleeves are crunched up and extra tight. So I go ahead and loosen one up and make sure that it fits nicely with the sleeve loose, even though I never wear it that way. But now it looks like I can put it back in my wardrobe and test it out. And if it turns out I still don't grab for it all season, or into the fall is when I normally wear that one, then I'll have to let it go. This is definitely a summer tank, and I love it. But again, I think it was the bottom seam that was too tight when I put it in the bin. And so this time around, the bottom seam was not an issue, and so I put it back in the wardrobe. And we'll wear it and see how that goes. On the side of my wardrobe here, I actually have some hooks in about 4 to 6 inches of space. So I keep that laundry bag on a hook, and then workout wear that I'm letting dry out was on the hook as well. And I just wanted to quickly review everything that I hadn't yet gone through. Here I pull out a t-shirt that you can see the design has worn off. It was a heart shape, and it has all but the sun left at this stage, but I decided to keep it. I like the shirt a lot. It's comfortable, and you'll see it in some other videos, but the design is shot. Now I'm going through bras. I had quite a few that I had tried, different brands that I really didn't end up liking, and this bra, I just hate how, I don't know, I hate how it fits in the drawer. It takes up so much space, and then it doesn't look good on me either. So I went ahead and donated it. Though you'll see me kind of back and forth on it, checking sizes to make sure that everything I have in there actually fits. And then these are pack bags that I think they're Eagle Creek ones. and I use them all the time, so I put them back. And then the others were sleeves type things. So then here is the bag to return and the box to donate. And then I found 2 pairs of shoes to get rid of as well. The tennis shoes are going to be trash, and the dress shoes are going to be donated. This is my hall closet, and I'm showing you now the donations and repairs. So that's what I keep in those 2 areas. And I knew I'd been overflowing them, so it was time to go through there. And unfortunately, I don't have the camera pointed in the right direction to catch all of this, but there's a bunch of random cables that I question whether I use, and so I put them in the donation for exactly this reason, so I can review and go, nope, didn't need it, we can let it go. And then there's some shoes that I don't know if I was supposed to return them. They were a gift to my sister for Christmas, I think, and I'm not sure why I had them, probably to try to return them, but I obviously didn't, so they're now being donated. Same with the shorts, they needed a repair, but it was just a seam, a hem. So I went ahead and donated those. Now I'm looking to make sure there's no holes in anything. So there's quite a bit of scrap cloth in there. Some I can repair, intend to repair, and other ones that they just need to be donated as rags. There's a bunch of other items. I think in a moment here there'll be a vacuum piece for my robot vacuum, and it's just an extra one that I don't need in my house. Here's a shirt that I'm checking that there's no holes in it. I believe it got a little thin, and that's mostly why I don't wear it anymore, so I'm donating it. But this is just a final chance to pull things out from the donation bin if I feel like I needed it. But for the most part, everything in there is going. It's just a matter of what way to donate it. And then here are my repairs, starting into those. And I had a repair on. I'm hunting for the seam. The seam ripped somewhere, and I can repair it. And even one of them I've already repaired, and the repair itself ripped. And it held the stitch where I blocked it off, but the new stitch in there came loose. So I've got to do it again. Here's some more scrap. That was a return to my mom's dish towel. And then there's some boxes and stuff that I thought I might have to return the item, and I wound up not doing that. And then the headphones that I washed and they stopped working. These are pants that I bought that I want to hem. And these are sheets that ripped. So more cloth scrap to donate. And now I'm just trying to unsquash the basket before I put it back. And that's the end of the closet. I say that, but there's a few more things. I'm bagging up the scrap, keeping that all together. Dealing with all the stuff I put on the floor, basically. I know it seems a little bit funny here that I'm putting paper and cardboard into the plastic bin, but we no longer have to separate our recycling out, and so any of my bins can be any recycled material. Now I'm pulling out my repair kit to repair that black shirt there, because I can't repair what needed a sewing machine, but I can repair the shirt. It had a pulled thread, and this is, I think, called Stitch Fix, where it's just a kind of a glue. And I'm just gluing down the pulled thread so that it doesn't come loose. But the Stitch Fix was a little thick in there, and I wasn't sure I had anything available. There was just enough. I'm going to have to buy some more, though. Now I'm hunting for that pulled thread. I know it's in there somewhere, but I forgot what seam it was. This is definitely something I could have took care of in the moment that I knew it happened, and I think I tried to take care of it at my mom's house. I had found out that I had that pulled thread, and then I needed to travel real quick, so I just brought it with me, thinking surely she has it, and hers was all dried up, so I had to come back and do it with my own Stitch Fix glue stuff. So that's what I'm doing here, and I overglued it. There was a lot of extra material, but I've worn the shirt since, and it's not too hard, so it's not scratching me. We're good. So the shirt's repaired. Now we're coming down to the basement, and I have had a whole bunch of things piling up, and I kind of forgot that a lot of that was because I had to clear the room that flooded, and you'll see that in a moment. It's the guest bedroom. But I'd pulled all of these items out of there because even the walk-in closet in the guest bedroom got more than half of it flooded with water, so the drywall was ripped out, all kinds of things done, and that took quite a few months. And so I'd forgotten that I'd really stashed everything all over the place. So here I'm specifically going through bedding. I knew that I had gotten those sheets that I needed to pass along, and then the bedding, the quilts here, and then a whole bunch of, I had even, I think that was from college, that cover there, so I go ahead and donate that. And I picked up a bunch of quilts because I was trying to replace this brown and orange one that you saw a glimpse of the pillow cover. But these quilts were very much like hotel quilts, and they were the thinnest. Didn't have enough weight to them to be really what I like. So I like this one a ton, but it has bled, and the white section is really quite dark now. And this is another alternative, and it's thicker than the others. I got it on sale. It's not quite as thick as the one I like, but it's pretty close. More closer to the one I like than it is to the two, like the hotel style. And so now I'm looking for the quilt. Where's the quilt at? And that is the pillowcase for the bedding I have upstairs, which I'm using one sheet pillowcase and one quilt pillowcase, so I don't need that one right now. But I've been looking around, as you can see, and I can't find the other quilt pieces. So there's the alternate down bedding that I like to use in the basement because it's very dark in there. And voila, here is the rest of the bedding. So it turns out when that room flooded, I washed this quilt because it had wicked water up. But I went ahead and then threw all the bedding into this cart here. So those are the bedroom pillows. They had extra pillowcases. That's a pillowcase for the sheet I ripped upstairs and had to replace. So it's going. And these all need to go back on the bed. There's a towel. And there's my quilt. When the room flooded, I had the elephant quilt on there, but now I'm seeing that I have way too many quilts. This is 3 quilts for the upstairs and the downstairs bed are the same size, and so altogether 4 quilts for 2 beds. It's a little excessive. So we're moving into the guest room. This is the room that flooded, and my angle was not great. I got a lot of wall, but there's actually another corner on the other side, so the view was limited anyway. So now you get to watch me make the bed. So when I discover that I have too many of something, I go ahead and, in this case, make the bed. And then I laid the quilt out there and remember that, I bought all of these quilts. The 3 quilts, the 2 that I donated, plus the other one you'll see in a minute. I bought all of those quilts in an attempt to replace the worn out looking orange and brown quilt. So why would I hold on to that then? 'Cause that's the whole point, right? So I went ahead and put it down on the floor and made the bed with the layers that I like to make because it's cool down here. And a quilt, or this knitted blanket on top of the alternate down, really holds the down onto the body and makes it warmer. So here I held up the elephants and this quilt, which is the closest replacement I found for the other. And the elephants are what I had on the bed when the room flooded. And so that's what's been most recently there. There's a bunch of pills on this quilt that came off on the shirt. You'll see me picking at them here. I think I should be able to get them off, but it's going to take a lint roller. So anyway, I decided we're going to throw this one on. If I like it, this is what I'm going to keep. And I still like the elephants, so I am keeping the elephants, but testing it out like that really puts my assumptions to the test, where it's like, this has been 4 years in the making probably that I've been trying to replace that other quilt, and I do have a functional replacement here, so why are we hanging on to something I've been trying to replace? So here I have the other blue pillow that I covered with a slip cover. It's not really a slip cover, right? Pillow cover that I got at IKEA, and well, it is hideous. My mom was right. So, and I only had one, and I only had one pillow that size. So let's get rid of it, right? So there I've tossed the orange pillow and, the orange quilt and the weird, funky, one-of-a-kind pillowcase together so that I can donate those. And now I'm just packing up the remaining quilts and the extra pillowcase covers. added the box that was actually in the other section of the basement that you'll see after we do this area over here, because this is really where it belongs. But a lot of this stuff, you can't see it very well, but there's 2 nightstands stacked on top of each other. So this came out of the spare room mostly. The lamp and the 2 nightstands came out of there. There's also a spare chair that the boxes are sitting on at the moment, and a shoe organizer thing there. So a lot of the stuff in the middle of the hall, or the middle of the room, really, it's driving me crazy. Anyway, I'm not down there a ton. It is storage, but water, all the plumbing is on the right side, and water leaks through the walls sometimes there. So I really don't like things being very close to the right side. And all of it's basically deferred decisions and things that were there temporarily. I just completely forgot to finish the room out. It took a while to get the bed swapped from upstairs to downstairs, so even though the room was done, I still had to get some help to get the bed swapped. And then I had to install the bed frame, and it wasn't as smooth as I thought. So it's been quite a process, and in all of that, I forgot to even finish the rest of it. So now I am putting away Christmas stuff, and this is recorded in, I think, late July. I'm gonna post it in August, but here we are, already 6 months later, putting away Christmas because the water main burst. It's not really the water main. The water meter broke in the house. The bottom blew out entirely, and then the room flooded, and that happened over Christmas break. So it was like the day after Christmas, maybe. So I basically had to turn around and come back. Turns out the police had called the water to turn off my main at the corner. So the sump pump apparently was containing it to that room, but made quite a mess in the room. And thankfully there wasn't a lot of furniture, and most of it was metal and therefore safe. Not a lot of damage. The quilt happened to be touching the carpet, and so it wicked water up and had a water line, but that washed out just fine. And then it took more than a month to get the contractors in to replace the drywall and repair the I think it was the door frames that were damaged, and I think they had to replace the footboards too, or baseboards, sorry. So there was a fair amount of damage just because all the restoration companies, apparently my meter was not the only one that blew. So that all over the country, restoration pros were booked up, and it was quite a chore to get somebody to help me out. So now I'm putting away, I have that bin as Halloween fall type decorations, and so here I'm just trying to sort out and make sure the fall decorations are with fall and Christmas winter stuff is together. And between the 2 bins, the one is the Christmas tree, and then the other is like winter decor, and so the one bin will come out before the Christmas tree will. And so I'm just trying to separate out which trees are appropriate for before Christmas, which ones are going to be Christmas specific, that kind of thing. And then I have this wreath. I thought I had a box. I find the box and put it in there. It's not a terribly protected box, but it's better than not having a place for it. Already the fall one had been damaged a little bit. I have all kinds of fake greenery for winter. have this dining room decor that I put on the table. I call it my beach trash collection. So it's got some potpourri, but it's a lot of things that were collected on beaches, actually. So some rocks and seashells, kind of all over the world. I have some stuff from Tacoma and some from Vladivostok. I guess it wouldn't even be Vladivostok, somewhere north of there in Russia. So that stuff I want to keep, but I didn't know how to keep it protected in this space. And it's also not winter or fall stuff, so I went ahead and put it in the empty bin I had there. And now you'll see me put back together the other room. You gotta finish it, right? Get everything back so I can have the space and determine what to keep. Sometimes I make it look easy getting rid of things, but honestly, I have trouble breaking up a set like everybody does, and this lamp is one of a set that I'm using the other one upstairs, and I just don't need the second one. So I had a little trouble here making a decision. The same is true with the other lamp. I decided to keep it because the other one's upstairs in the living room, but it was far more expensive. This lamp here was, I don't know, 30 bucks tops. It wasn't a lot. And it's just a matter of the fact that I have the other one, and sets are kind of hard to come by in thrift stores, right? And maybe somebody wants a set, but ultimately I decided that in this house it doesn't make sense to have everything paired because every room is smaller. So while I kept the bigger, more expensive lamp and put it in the bedroom, also the height's kind of nice, I decided to let this one go. I did keep the fourth dining room chair there and put it in the guest room. You'll see that shortly. But these two items, they're gonna go. I'm done with the shoe rack. I used to have two, and apparently I donated the other one already, so they can both go. I took the light bulb out because, well, I'm in desperate need for light bulbs. And here's the guest room now. I didn't plug the light in because honestly I don't know where the electricity is over there. I think I'm gonna have to run an extension cord. And here you'll see the walk-in closet. There wasn't a lot in there because it had been constructed. And so the dresser's empty there too. Dresser, nightstand, right? And here is what those two things I'm bringing upstairs. And then all of that is donation and recycling. So that's what we let go of in the basement. Plus the two things in the other room. And this is the room I started in just to show you, what was in there. It's mostly pantry on the one wall and then laundry. And I have a saw down here because, well, why not, right? And then the furnace and everything. And here in the living room, I'm just going to show putting the pillowcases that I found on. So I thought I had two pillows, and I got up here and I couldn't find the two of that size. Turns out it was still in that workout room, so I found it later, but for the time being, I only have one of the bird pillows, and I think that's why the other one was tucked away. So that one I'm taking off because it's, I don't know, a different season, I guess. And we'll use these for the rest of summer. And that one I'm probably going to wash. And you'll see me pack these back up. Now I'm rolling up the yoga mat that you never saw on the floor there. I'm doing yoga, I don't know, at least every other day probably. And this is a mat my nephew destroyed, so it's going. Here are the recycling and donation items from this Declutter With Me video. Thanks for joining me, and feel free to check out any of my other videos, and blog posts are linked below the videos. Thank you. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this and want to see any more Declutter with Me videos.